2024 was just one big experiment for me. I wanted to see how far my potential could take me if I just committed to myself. If I used all the tools, resources, and lessons that I've learned and studied for the past 4 years. It was a test. How much could I grow, improve, and create if I fully showed up for myself? And it turns out quite a lot. Here is my 2024 Wrapped. I want to share with you guys today all the lessons that I've learned from mindset to goal setting to reaching goals to finances, career, friendships, relationships, really just everything that I learned this year as I was growing and building to become the best version of myself. I absolutely love 2024. I love Spotify Wrapped, Apple Music. I don't know if they call it Wrapped, but just reflecting back on my year, whether that's the music that we listen to, the podcasts that we listen to, the growth that we've made, and being able to share that with each other. I just absolutely love it. And so I thought this was a great idea to share with you guys some of the greatest lessons that I've learned. And so that you know this is real, I have been spending the past 2 days reading through my journal, reflecting on my year, trying to see what the pattern was, the biggest lessons that I've learned this year. And I take journaling very, very seriously. This is like my therapy. I write my big wins, my small wins, my hard days, the things that I'm struggling with, the encounters that I have. This has all the tea. And so I thought I'd share with you guys some of the greatest lessons that I've learned that have carried me through 2024, hoping that it inspires and carries you through 2025. And hi, if you're new here, my name is Behja. I'm so grateful, so lucky to have you here with me. If you want to glow up, become the best version of yourself, reach your fullest potential, then I'm telling you, this is a channel that you want to stick around on, because I'm on that same journey. All of my girls are on that same journey, and we're just moving through life together, trying to figure it out and become the best version of ourselves, lead lives that are fulfilling to us, exciting. So yeah, if that's something that you're into, then definitely stick around. The first concept or lesson that I want to share with you guys is the idea of luck, how to be lucky or being a lucky person. I feel like this is a big lesson that I learned this year, because there was many moments where I felt extremely lucky, where I was like, wait, that is absolutely insane. What a coincidence that is. And although I don't believe in luck or coincidences in the sense where random things are happening to you, I believe that everything comes from God. Everything is perfectly planned and written for you. But there are moments where I feel this is what lucky looks like, or this is what a coincidence feels like. And what I learned is that luck is God rewarding people who show up consistently and put in the effort. The moments where I felt, oh my God, I feel so lucky, or I feel like this is such a coincidence, it was because I was being observant. I was noticing the little things and the small wins and the patterns that was happening in my life, because I was acknowledging everything that I was going through. Not only that, but luck is really just you placing yourself in a position where you are open to opportunities. So let's say, for example, I started a YouTube channel, and because of this channel that I started, there's so many opportunities that I have received because I put myself out there. I put myself in this position where these opportunities can come find me. The people can come find me. Also, there's a lot of things where I would set my intention to something and I would pray about something. Obviously, I pray about everything. Literally, I pray every single day for every single goal that I have. I pray for all the things that I want, the lifestyle I want every single day. So prayer is priority. But when I set an intention on something, things just start aligning and adding up, and I'm like, wait, this is such a coincidence, or I feel so lucky. It really just is me placing myself in a position where I'm aligned to those things by setting the intention for it, by praying for it, by doing the things that I know I should be doing or I'm supposed to be doing in order for me to lead the life that I want or to have the lifestyle that I want. What you need to know is that opportunities are everywhere at all times, and they're not limited. There are so many opportunities around us, and the only time we can see it is when we are in alignment with that thing, when we are being aware and we're conscious of this thing, and we're setting the intention of, this is what I want, this is the lifestyle I want, these are the goals that I want to reach. By practicing the things such as praying for your goals every single day, setting the intention every single day, having your vision board on deck, reminding yourself of the life that you are trying to lead, those opportunities are going to become more apparent to you. It'll feel like luck. It'll feel like a coincidence, but really it is just God has paved this beautiful path for us to reach the goals that we would like to reach, to create the life that we would like to create. We are growing into exactly who we're meant to be when we sit down and we say, this is who I want to be. I know that this is the type of lifestyle I want to lead. It might not always be accurate, but just working towards it, we are growing and evolving always into exactly who we are supposed to be. Lucky people are just people who show up and are consistent and are intentional about the steps that they take and recognize all the little things in their life that are leading up to their goal and their future and their vision. And God rewards that. God rewards you for your hard work and your effort. It's not going to waste. And that is something that I learned this year by recognizing all of the little things. Not only did that inspire me and motivate me to keep going when things got hard, it made me appreciate the journey a lot more. The next lesson that I learned is when you are lost and you're confused and you're going through a rough patch, you just need to stick to the systems and the routines. We all know exactly what we should be doing at all times. If you really just sit down and ask yourself, what could I be doing right now to make my life better, to get closer to my goals, you know the answer. It really all just comes down to those little things that you do every single day. And you know that. You know that. Stop playing with yourself. You know that. When you are feeling lost, because it happens to the best of us, it happens to every single one of us, especially when we are growing and we're stretching and we're unlearning everything that we've been to become something different, it is not the easiest journey to be on. And so when you do feel lost and you feel uncertain about how this is going to come to fruition, how your goals are going to become reality, how you're going to overcome a challenge that might come your way, just focus on what you have to do now. Do not look at anything else. Do not worry about the future. And I know it's easier said than done, but sometimes it is so much easier, especially when we're in the unknown and we don't know exactly how we're going to get to where we want to be. It's easier for someone to come into our life and tell us, this is all you need to do today, and that's it. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. Don't worry about how everything is going to fall into place. If someone were to come and promise you, I promise you, you will get where you want to be. I promise you, you will evolve and things will start to make sense. You're going to gain clarity. You just have to give it some time. Here's the few things that you need to focus on today. You would feel so much better. But yet we keep ourselves in that mental loop of how, when, and we stress ourselves out and we overwhelm ourselves through our own thoughts of the future, of the failures, of the pain that we're facing, when really if we just decide to say, okay, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm going through, but it's okay because it will pass, and today I'm just going to focus on these things, that makes such a huge difference. You free yourself from the pain and the suffering that you're putting yourself through your own thinking. And so what I learned is to have that conversation with yourself and just say, hey, listen, I know you feel this way and you don't really have that clarity, but I promise you it is going to work out. If you just give it one more day, one more week, one more month, you're going to gain that clarity. You're going to one day look back at today and say, oh, I needed that moment in order for me to be where I am today. You might not be able to see it now, but you'll be able to see it later. But just focus on these 4 tasks that you have at hand. Going to the gym, just do that because you know that's a goal of yours. Writing in your journal, filming that YouTube video, just do those things and you're set. That's all you have to do. And I promise you, your dream will come to fruition. Let God and time do its thing. Whatever is heavy on your heart and your mind today, it will blow over. But you just need to show up consistently. You just need to stay consistent on those systems and those routines. I'm not saying your feelings are invalid and they're not important. They are important. But what you choose to do in that moment will dictate the life that you create for yourself. So just focus on the little tasks that you have at hand. And even doing those tasks will make you feel better. This is a perfect time to give a huge shout out to Skillshare. Skillshare has been a huge part of my development this year in so many different ways. But today I don't want to talk about myself. I want to talk about my younger sister. She has been on her Skillshare grind and I absolutely love that for her. She's currently applying to med school. So during that transition, she was like, I want to build my skills in different areas because I told her how important it is to build herself up. Just as I tell you guys, I bought her a Fujifilm camera a few months ago and she has no idea how to work it. So she's been using Skillshare to figure that out, to sharpen her photography skills. And you know what? It has been a win-win situation. I have been her lab rat, her test subject, if you will, and I get pictures like this, so I'm not mad at it at all. Skillshare is the ultimate learning platform. There are hundreds of classes taught by industry leaders, whether you're looking for photography, writing, painting, design, or you're looking for productivity help, whatever it is, Skillshare has it all. And the best part is Skillshare is giving you guys 1 month free. The first 500 people who sign up using the link in my description get 1 month free. If you want to go into the new year investing in yourself, learning new skills and habits, then click the link in my description, get that 1 month free. And I'm telling you, there's so much that you can learn in a month. Thank you so much, Skillshare, for helping both me and the girlies become the best version of ourselves and being a great tool for us to learn, evolve, grow. Now let's get back to the video. The next lesson that I learned this year is to become the person that is living my dream life. If you guys have been watching this channel since I started in the beginning of the year, first of all, thank you for sticking with me for so long. And second, you guys know I decided in the beginning of the year that I was just going to embody the version of myself that had 100K subscribers. I was going to embody the version of myself who was this confident YouTuber who was strong in the things that she knew and the things that she believed and could effectively communicate that to her audience. I was embodying that energy even though I felt like I wasn't that yet, or I wasn't living that lifestyle yet. And I created that for myself. And so that is a huge lesson that I've learned this year is rather than focusing on the goal itself, right? Think about what that could look like, how that can impact your life and embody that now. So another example of this would be if your goal is to make more money or to reach a level of financial freedom, what does that look like for you? What does that it's not about the money. It's not even about the goal itself. What would that bring to you in your life? How would that improve your life? That was definitely a goal of mine this year. What that could bring me was slow mornings. Something as simple as that. Slow mornings. It would bring me more time with my family, less time stressing and working, really just experiencing and living my life. It would bring me the ability to be there for my family and to provide for my family in a way. What I've done to embody that, even though I wasn't fully there yet, I started this practice that I call slow Saturday mornings. And I started to take my Saturday mornings extremely slow. I would do the things that brought me joy. I would clean my space. I would indulge in that feeling of what it would feel like to live in the state where I'm financially free and I don't have to worry about money. I don't have to worry about working really hard that morning. You know what I mean? And so I was like, what would that look like for me? That's what that would look like for me. So on Saturdays, every single Saturday, I take a slow morning. I order a acai bowl. I sometimes even put on my favorite childhood show and I just catch a vibe. I provide for my family in different ways. I'm able to take them, even if it's taking them out for dinner or spending more time with them or getting them a nice little gift. I practice that energy now, even if I'm not fully in that. By doing this creates so much barakah or blessings in your journey, in your pursuit to that goal. Instead of feeling like I'm constantly chasing something, I am aligned with the life that I want. And that is key. Alignment is key. When you are in alignment and you know what it would feel like to live that lifestyle and you know what it's like to operate from that way of thinking, operate from that state, you will start to see things differently. You will start to see the world differently and you will attract that opportunity or that lifestyle to you. Another thing that I kind of learned that's in the same realm as that is experiencing luxury changes your perspective. This is for my girls. This is for my girls who want to experience luxury, who want to experience or create a luxurious life for yourself that is fulfilling. And luxury can mean different things for every single one of us, okay? It doesn't have to mean nice things, nice cars, although I do like that kind of stuff. It doesn't have to be that. But when you give yourself that experience of whatever luxury means to you, it will change your perspective. It will change what you think is possible for yourself. It will change the way that you view yourself and view the world, and it's going to be a lot more obtainable to you. I said this in my last video, but a lot of us can't even go into the stores that we would like to purchase from. So how do we expect to be able to purchase from it? Even if you can't afford that lifestyle right now, even if you can't afford that thing, even if you don't fully have that in your current reality, by exposing yourself to it, it makes such a huge difference. Something that I did this year was I'm so lucky and I'm so grateful that I was able to have a very luxurious trip this year. And one thing that I did for me and my mom and my sisters was I got car service. It's pricey, but I got car service. We stayed in a really luxurious hotel, and that experience changed my life. It inspired me, it motivated me to work harder. It made me realize this lifestyle is obtainable. It is. What you're doing is you're normalizing a higher standard for yourself. You're telling your brain, this is my norm. This is possible for me. this is a reality that I could experience. We are only limited to what we know. We are only limited to what we have experienced. We are only limited to what we believe is possible. So by creating these experiences for yourself and intentionally putting yourself in a position or in a experience that you would like to experience in your future, it will completely change what you are capable of, what you know, and what you believe, and how you see the world. So for example, this is really stupid and it's not all about material things, but if you see your future self living in a nice neighborhood, you're living in a bougie neighborhood, or you're driving a nice car, or you have nice things, nice clothing, go into those stores, try it on. Go to open houses. My mom actually put me onto this, and I'm so lucky to have such an iconic mom. She's taught me everything I know. I love that woman so much. Bless her heart. She taught me this when I was younger. We used to go to open houses all the time. There was this time my mom went into a designer store and she was just trying on all the bags, even though she knew she couldn't afford it. She was trying them all on. And I encourage my friends to do that as well. I do that myself. I'll take a stroll down a neighborhood that I, inshallah, hope to live in one day. By giving yourself this experience, you are opening up your mind and your heart to experiencing something like that. Saying that this is possible for me enriches your mindset and your lifestyle, and it changes the way that you move. The next lesson that I learned this year is never limit yourself to a self-concept you do not like. I actually wrote this in my journal on my 23rd birthday this year. Basically, what that means is we are limited to our self-concept. We are limited to our paradigm, our beliefs, what we know, what we have experienced, the beliefs that we hold about ourselves and the beliefs that we hold about the world. If you knew how powerful your self-concept was and how much it impacted your life, you would not waste a second. You would not waste a second. You would go and change your self-concept today. Your self-concept is the lens in which you view the world. Your self-concept is what will either move you forward or hold you back. Really, that's what it comes down to. You know exactly the type of woman you would like to be, yet you still hold negative beliefs about yourself that does not allow you to embody that energy. Your self-concept is in your hands. And if you don't like the life that you are currently experiencing, ask yourself, what do I believe about myself? How do I view myself? We are so used to ourselves. We're so used to the way that we speak to ourselves, the way that we think about ourselves, that we never actually take a step back to look at how that's impacting us. But look at your self-image and then look at how it's reflecting into your life and your experiences. All right, the next lesson that I learned is discipline and consistency is the only way to reach your goals. I've learned to reframe discipline and consistency. When we think about discipline and we think about consistency, it usually comes from a negative light. It comes from a negative connotation where we're like, oh, we're depriving ourselves from the things that we actually want. We're depriving ourselves from the things that we enjoy doing. I choose to see discipline and consistency as what I need to live a life that I love, rather than thinking this is what I need to be this and to do that, to reach this goal and to reach that goal, and I'm depriving myself. I see it from rainbows and daisies. I see it from that perspective. I'm like, this is what I need to do in order for me to live a life that I feel proud of, in order for me to be a version of myself that is confident, that is empowered, that is smarter, that is more knowledgeable, that is healthier, that is more fit. Whatever it is, I choose to see this as a beautiful thing. I choose to see this as this is just who I am. This is what makes my life so great. This is what makes me so confident, is because I stick to these things. There are parts of building the life that I feel so proud of and I love that I do not enjoy. That's tedious. I'll admit it. But every single time I stay consistent on going to the gym, on showing up for myself, on filming a video, on brainstorming ideas, it's not because I have to do it. It's because I love to do it. I love to create and build a life that I love, that I feel proud of, that is fulfilling to me. When you start to think of it that way and you romanticize it by visualization and reminding yourself of your vision board and setting your intentions every single day and figuring out a way to actually love the things that you do, it'll make showing up and consistency so much easier. Why do I have to deprive myself of my favorite sweet treats? No, I am building a body that I feel confident in, that I can show up in, that I can film myself in, that I can take pictures in. You see the difference? All right, so I want to share with you guys the things that I've learned glowing up financially this year. 2024, I've had the biggest financial glow up of my career, of my life. Although I'm not going to get into specific numbers, I want to share with you guys the lessons and the mindset shifts that have helped me have such a big glow up when it comes to finances. So the first lesson that I learned is the more value you give, the more money that you make. I know that's very vague and very obvious, but at its core, making money is serving other people, providing value, and the more valuable your skills and your ideas and your services are, the more that you'll be paid. The more people you can reach, the more money that you'll make. For me, this was recognizing my strengths, recognizing my unfair advantages, which we all have, recognizing my interests, the things that I'm really good at, my weaknesses, the things that I'm not so good at, and sharpening those, sharpening the things that I'm already good at, sharpening my mindset, sharpening myself, and increasing myself in value by learning, investing in myself, buying courses and reading books and things like that. One thing that I've done to actually reflect in the beginning of the year, I sat down and I wrote down every single thing that I've been interested in. Literally every single thing that I've been interested in, even in my teenage years. And I was like, why was I interested in these things? What about these things did I find very intriguing? I wrote down every single thing that I was really good at, the skills that I had, the things that I might not like about myself, such as like my vulnerability. By recognizing these things and these strengths, I could sharpen that and build something that other people would find valuable. I've worked with a lot of people this past year, and there are people that I pay monthly for their ideas and for their skills. And just as I pay other people for their value that they're giving me, I also get paid for the value that I put out. So it's a value exchange. When you realize the importance of self-improvement and how that increases your value in the market, you will realize that everything that you need to make money, to make more money, whether that's creating a side hustle or figuring out your career, is all within you. And when you invest in yourself and you learn and you build your skills, and I say this all the time, but one thing that I want you guys to do, especially for my girls who are in their 20s, is adding more skills to your toolbox, sharpening the areas where you are good in, recognizing your gifts that you've been given. And sometimes your gifts that you've been given are things that you don't like about yourself. You can take your vulnerability and use that to your advantage. You can use your ability to talk to people and connect with people and communicate with people to your advantage. And so when you realize that and you recognize that and you reflect on that, you will figure out many, many ways to increase your finances, to increase how much money is flowing to your pockets. You just have to keep building yourself up, whether that is getting a mentor, getting a course online, going to school, reading books, whatever it is, as long as you're increasing your knowledge and your skill and you're really investing in yourself, everything is going to change for you. The second lesson that I learned when it comes to money, finances, career is let money flow to and through you. This is another lesson that I learned from my mother. One big shift that I have made is my mindset around money, letting go of that scarcity mindset. A lot of times we hold on to our money like it's going to disappear or it's going to shrink or it's going to run away. That energy actually blocks money from flowing to you. And I know when you've worked really, really hard to earn that money, it's hard to let go of it. It's hard to spend it, especially when you grew up not having a lot. Money is a resource. When you give it freely to things that enrich your life, that bring you joy, that allow you to grow, that allow you to evolve, it naturally multiplies. This does not mean spending money recklessly. This means giving charity because you know that that is going to bless you not only in this life but in the hereafter. It's by spending money on things and investing in things that will allow you to build more skill, allow you to get better at your craft. It's about taking calculated risks to grow your income and grow your business. With all of that, faith is key. You have to trust that money is abundant and it is flowing. This is something that I work on every single day. You have to trust and have faith that it will come back. That shift in mindset alone has helped me so much, and I hope it helps you as well. Okay, let's talk about relationships and connections. What I learned this year is that relationships and connections are an energy exchange. You cannot expect everyone to match your vision, to match your energy. But when they do and you find your people, it is magical, it is beautiful, it is amazing. This year, I have made some friendships, and this was intentional. This was on my vision board, and God has brought these people into my life in a way that I didn't even really expect. And this is 4 years into my self-development journey. And what I learned is you have to ride solo for a while, and that is okay. In order for you to find the right people, you have to become like the people that you would like to attract. You have to become the right person. When I started my journey 4 years ago, I started to think differently. The moment I started to set goals and make the decision that I was going to actually take my life seriously and make a change, I started to think differently. And the people that were in my circle, a lot of them, and this happens to a lot of people when they start their self-development journey, everything feels like it's falling apart, first of all. And second of all, you lose a lot of your friends. The reason being is I was really observant. And so I noticed that I was just not on the same wavelength as those people anymore. And it felt like we were talking different languages. Like, I'm not even joking. It's like we didn't even understand each other. And that's okay. That doesn't mean there was anything wrong with those people. Some of them a little questionable, but that doesn't mean there's something wrong with those people. It just means that I was on a different path. I didn't understand them, but the old version of me did. And that's why we connected. When I set that intention this year, after 4 years of really not having any friends other than my best friend, hey, Aaliyah, I love you. There's some people that just stay and they grow with you. And then there's other people who don't. And that's okay. Naturally, I've attracted people who are very similar to me. I've attracted people who have similar visions to me, who are headed down similar paths. The impact that this has on my life is insane. When you have people who are like-minded, who are headed in a direction that you're headed in, who dream just as big as you, it makes it feel like your dream life, your goals are more obtainable. Other people, they make you sound crazy. You can't sit down and share, especially if you're someone who dreams big, especially if you're someone who's moving towards greatness, which I know a lot of you guys are. If you're watching this long, you definitely are meant for greatness. I know it. But you can't share that with everybody. They make you feel like you're absolutely insane. But when you find the right people, bro, just like magic, that's literally what it feels like. The second thing that I learned is relatability will keep you small, especially as someone who creates content and is on social media. You cannot be for everyone. And the moment you try to fit in every single box and you try to be for everyone, that is when you lose your spark. That is when you lose the thing that makes you so great. When you water yourself down, you cannot create real impact. And I'm not gonna lie, this is something that I work on every single day. It is so hard to receive criticism and receive hate, but then I just remind myself, I am not for those people. And that is what makes my work so meaningful, so purposeful, is it's not for everybody. It is not meant for everybody. And just like that, you are not meant for everybody. Your energy is not meant for everybody. And the moment you try to get everybody to like you and everybody to vibe with you, you are abandoning yourself. You are abandoning your potential. You are abandoning all that you could become and all that you could create. Relatability does not create greatness. It flops. And you have to understand that you cannot control everybody's narrative. You cannot control the way people view you, the way people feel about you, the way people think about you. You just have to carry on, and you have to hold on to your vision, and you have to hold on to your dream and what you know you could create, because not everybody can see it and not everyone is meant to see it. And that leads me to the next lesson that I learned, which is not everybody is going to support you. Sometimes the people that you expect support from will not support you. Sometimes your own family will not support you. It'll be your mother that doesn't support you. Not saying mine doesn't. I'm very, very, very lucky to have such a supportive community, such a supportive family. That on its own is an unfair advantage. Not everybody gets that, but your vision is your vision. And everybody will not see that. People can't envision it the way that you can. And so in order for people to see it, you have to bring it to life. Put your foot down and say, no, this is what I feel called to do. This is the vision that I could see vividly. And I keep saying, and I will always say, God does not place a dream in your heart without giving you the capabilities of doing it. That vision is in your heart for a reason. If you are able to visualize it clearly and you're able to see it and you have this itch, this calling to go after it, it is meant for you. Whether that thing itself is meant for you or the pursuit to that thing is meant for you and there's greatness along the way, that vision is yours and not everybody's gonna see it. Do not expect everyone to support you, because you'll only set yourself up for failure and disappointment. Even the greatest people have zero support, are called crazy until they make that thing happen. Hold that vision in your heart and move towards it every single day, and do not expect anything from anyone. And so that is all that I have for you guys today. Those are the greatest biggest lessons that I've learned this year. I really, really hope that it inspires you, it motivates you, it helps you in any way, and you take some of these lessons into 2025, because I'm definitely going to continue to practice these things, remind myself of these things. Also, if you guys are wondering where this hijab that I'm wearing is from, it's from my brand that I launched this year with my sister. It's called Ria. It's linked in the description. Also, if you guys want a tool that will help you elevate and become the best version of yourself, remind you of all the things that we talked about today, then you should definitely check out my Notion template. That's also linked in the description, called the Becoming Her Notion template. It has been a tool that I've used so much this year. Thousands of you guys have bought this year and loved, and so I'm so grateful to have been able to share that with you guys. Highly recommend. So if you want to check it out, it is linked in the description. I am so grateful for this year. I just can't believe how fast it went. And for every single one of you guys who stuck with me this year, I love you so much, and I'm so incredibly proud of all the growth that you guys have been making. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Literally nothing that I've done this year could have been possible without you guys. So I'm forever grateful, and I pray that you guys all have a blessed day, evening, and a blessed 2025 and beyond. I love you so much, and I hope to see you next time.